What's up? What's up? Guess what time it is again? It is now time for another episode of Sip and Converse. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. As you look on the stage right now, on this camera, you might see two other people you've never seen before. That is our guest, and I'm happy to some of my homeboys up here to come and talk about, you know, the title is Sip and Converse. So we're going to be talking about something that you can actually sip. And as you sip, you'll roll right into that conversation. So I'm not going to steal that thunder, but I want to introduce you guys from a nice, delicious grown folks beverage called Greenwood whiskey. But let's give a thunderous round virtual applause to none other than KG and Stu for Greenwood whiskey. Guys, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
Chilling. What y'all been up to?
Man, you know, moving whiskey, trying to change the world one glass at a time.
One glass at a time.
That's it, man.
Selling this Black History.
Oh, Black History.
Yeah.
Oh, it is Black History Month too.
It's Black History Month.
You know, that was perfect timing.
It
Have
was.
y'all on to knock out the last recording of the month for the Black History Month.
Yeah.
So tell me about Greenwood, man. Tell me about how long we been knowing each other.
Man, we about strong 25, 30, I swear.
Yeah.
I'm aging us over here now, Larry. We about 30
You know, we don't crack. We don't crack, so we don't tell my age.
Yeah, about at least 30. About 30, yeah.
Yeah, because you can think about it, we started knowing each other in middle school.
Yeah.
Middle school through high school.
Middle school through high school, man.
Went to the same college, Eagles Fly High.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we always got to represent them.
Always.
GSU.
GSU.
The real GSU.
The real GSU.
'Cause you know,
we got to specify.
You gotta
folks,
specify.
right?
Because you know, you say GSU in Atlanta, people gonna claim Georgia State.
Yeah.
Nah, we talking about the real
Nah,
one.
it's the real
South Georgia, you already know.
South Bullock County.
Right.
But no, I'm glad y'all on here and we talking about Black History Month here. First question I want to kick off with: What is Greenwood? How did it come about?
Yeah, so Greenwood came about from a space of, I feel, necessity, right? Like you talked about our history, us being in Atlanta, an Atlanta metro. One of the things that we realized, the beautiful thing about Atlanta is that you could literally wake up, get out the bed, and bump into a Black business owner, right?
Right.
And sometimes it's taken for granted, but like we looked at it like, wow, like there's Black businesses everywhere, especially in the food and restaurant space. Like we've seen like Black-owned restaurants, Black management, Black wait staff, Black bartenders. But when we look behind the bar, we didn't have that same level of representation, right?
Gotcha.
And then a Black community who spends $4 billion a year on alcohol, less than 2% of their suppliers.
How much?
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
We folk, all folk, or
No, Black
our
folks.
folks.
Our folks. The Black
not all,
community spends $4 billion a year on alcohol, just the Black community alone, right?
wow.
And we're less than 2% of the suppliers.
Wow.
So for us, it was like, something about that just don't sit right. like the math.
That math ain't math.
And we should play a part in this. So it was one from the space of, hey, there's an opportunity here to speak to an audience that hasn't been talked to in an authentic way, without an authentic story. So for us, it was like, all right, how can we fill this gap? And we're going to do it through whiskey, but more importantly, we want to make something that's impactful, something that's meaningful. And that's why we named it Greenwood, right?
Okay, gotcha.
So we named it Greenwood because we were inspired by the Greenwood district in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Which in the early 1900s was home to Black Wall Street.
Nice.
So like that resilience, the community, the economics of Black Wall Street inspired us to say, hey, we can do this in at the time, 2020? No, we can do this. So for us, we wanted to share that story of inspiration and encouragement. And hopefully, and our story will motivate others to do whatever that they want to do. Not necessarily just spirits, but it could be in whatever you're into, right? And for those, let me elaborate on Black Wall Street, because sometimes I take it for granted, right?
Right, because a lot of people don't know.
Yeah. So like Black Wall Street in 1906 was home to the largest concentration of Black-owned businesses in the entire United States. Within a 40-acre plot, you had roughly 600 different businesses, anything from movie theaters, hotels, pharmacies, attorney's office. It was a self-contained community, right? And some of the toughest times, we ain't had civil rights, we ain't had no rights, but still, we were in a space where we had community and we had each other. And that Black dollar circulated 36 times in that community before it left.
36.
36 times.
How much it circulate now?
Yeah. Black don't say what 30 seconds in the community.
If that. It
right?
really don't circulate, Stu. What you gonna say with that? What, one time maybe?
One.
Yeah.
And that one time is when it come in?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
So like to see that, like we were inspired by that and then the sense of ownership. And we wanted to celebrate that, right? Like we understand other things happened with Black Wall Street and Tulsa. Like it was later burned down in 1921. But for us, we wanted to celebrate the community that built it, right? So that's what it's about. So when you grab a bottle of Greenwood, it's more than just the whiskey, yes, but also a celebration of history, celebration of culture. So when Stu talk about Black history, that's what it is.
So what made y'all, because you pretty much answered that first question I was going to ask was like, what problems were you trying to solve?
Yeah. I think it was a problem of representation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's
like,
of them billions that.
Yeah. I think wherever, as a community, wherever we spend our dollars, I think we should have a level of representation there in that, right? Because we have to be more than just consumers. We are more than consumers. We're creators at the end of the day. So for us, that was part of the challenge that we wanted to solve. We wanted to, in essence, provide some diversity in a space that's been around for hundreds of years,
right?
But yet we haven't been represented.
So between y'all two, why a whiskey? Because you see people, you look at the trending things. Everybody, tequila went to the top. Yeah. And then, back in the day when we were in college, it was what? Grey Goose. And then it was,
Hennessy, Paul Masson, and
Erkenjerk.
All that.
Erkenjerk. Right. Bring back memories on Erkenjerk.
Bring back headaches.
Right.
So why did y'all go whiskey route and not a cognac or a tequila route?
Yeah.
I mean, so pretty much for us, man, I think a lot of it was just our age at this point. We're a lot more settled, a lot more chill than we were back then. I always use the term as far as like when I'm out, I always be like, we gonna bring back and make whiskey cool again.
Right.
A lot of us are at the point where we smoke cigars. We just want to relax, and whiskey and bourbon are the best things to pair with a cigar. So that was like one of the main focuses for us. And then also just the fact that, like you said, we didn't want to jump on the wave with everybody else. We didn't want to jump on that tequila wave. We wanted to show everybody, okay, we are going to make whiskey cool again. And that's what we've been doing.
So no more of that drink till you faint.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
No more drink till you faint. No, drink responsibly. With a camera, drink responsibly.
So, with you guys going down the history of it, what's important to you? Is the legacy, the ownership? Because you did say, having a piece of the pie. Since we tend to, that number is still a style. I'm still stuck on that. I knew our people spend money on beverages. I didn't know to the tune of $4 billion, bro.
Yeah.
For you.
So when you were doing your research on getting into this industry, what was your first reaction when you saw that number? Did you have a clue?
So I had a clue, but it was bigger than, I was like you, it was bigger than what I thought.
Right.
I was like, what? Like I was surprised that, that type of dollar was being spent. And you've seen, and I guess like in certain spaces you've seen it, right? Because you've seen like certain brands that were, I guess, I don't know, like Black adjacent, not Black owned, but had Black representation.
Right.
Black, what do we call it? Like they had branding deals and so forth. So we've seen some of that and we figure like, all right, that helped grow it, but we wasn't expecting it to be the size that it was. And so from that, it was like, it kind of just really initiated that fire. Like we really need to do something to kind of, to diversify like this industry, and not only, and as we got into it, we see not only from ownership, but actual employment throughout the industry is still.
The jobs created.
Yep. Yes. The jobs created. And that's something that, we were intentional about as well, the goal for us to create some jobs.
And speaking of the industry, like we're kind of hitting on it. It is a crowded industry.
Extremely.
So how did you guys in Greenwood come about being not predominant yet, because you're going to get there.
Right.
But being in this crowded industry, how do you stand out to where Greenwood is something people feel and not just another drink?
Yeah.
How do you separate yourself?
And that's a good question, right? Because like you said, this is one of the most competitive industries like that you could be in. And we kind of took it for granted when we started it. But literally, like, you could go into a liquor store now and you will see 1,000 of our competitors on the shelf with us.
Right beside you.
Right beside us.
Yeah.
And honestly, they've been around for 100. They got a 100-year head start on us, and they got a budget that's a lot bigger than what we have as far as, you know, marketing and promotion. So what we wanted to do to stand out and differentiate ourselves was, one, we have an authentic story. Like, we want to highlight history.
True.
And I think the consumer nowadays, like, they want to hear a story. They want to have a story, something that's relatable to them, and not just a big, like, corporate machine. Like, we're a bunch of regular dudes who was like, yo, we're going to go do this.
Right. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because you guys, like you said, you're a bunch of regular dudes, and then you think about some of the other people that have brand faces.
Yeah.
And you think about who they are. And, you know, we ain't giving no shine on nobody right now.
Yeah.
We ain't on nobody.
Right. No, not at all.
We ain't going to mention no other names, because we want y'all to go by Greenwood.
Right.
But we saw how they got in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but with the regular dudes, so you said one thing was realizing we on the shelf next to people got a 100-year head start.
Yeah.
Two, you got an authentic story about it. What else?
And we recognize our audience and who our consumer is, and we want to overserve our consumer. Like, to me, there aren't brands that talk to our consumer, us, in an authentic manner. Right? It's a lot of, it feels like a lot of stereotypical things of that nature, like, yo, like, nah, we can have a conversation because we are our consumer. So I think that level of authenticity, you know, separates us, and we got a quality product too, right? Yeah. So that's like that.
Quality
we
is
have all that and not a quality
it is delicious,
product, right?
Yeah. It is delicious.
So and a piece of it too, when we talk about the story, now I didn't mention earlier, like, it's full circle. So we were inspired by those that came before us, and like we talked about, hopefully inspire those that come after us. But more than an inspiration, where a portion of our proceeds go towards nonprofit organizations that reinvest in underserved communities.
Right. Gotcha.
You know, so that's a whole part of what we do. And I think that's part of the differentiation.
And then one of the things that we always say that we do that stands out from the bigger brands, anybody can have an event if we feel like it fits our demographic. One of us gonna show up. Might not be all of us, but one of us gonna show up. One of us gonna be there. One of us gonna be able to work the room, talk to everybody, so they can actually have that feel. Like you said, if you got somebody famous, they not coming to South Fulton to JR Crickets. They not doing it.
Right.
Where we gonna be in there. We gonna be at anything on Camp Creek. We gonna be at anything, long as it makes sense for us and it makes sense for who we're doing the business with. One of us will be in there talking. We're not just going to send somebody, not just going to send a representation. We're going to be in there talking, building community, and trying to figure out what the next event we're going to do.
Yeah.
So you said one of y'all, I got two of y'all here on the show.
Yeah.
How many heads did come together to work together to build Greenwood? How many of y'all? Because I know we was in college together, and we talked about doing various business deals. Yeah. But we never got to the point where we could all
chap in
on the same thing. So how did y'all all come together?
So we are the Wu-Tang Clan of whiskey. Like, yo, we are deep, bro. I'm telling you. And it's rare you get all of us in the same room.
So let me ask, you said Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
so are you Wu-Tang or are you No Limit deep? Are you Wu-Tang deep?
We might not be quite No Limit deep. But yeah.
Wu-Tang is more.
There we go.
Okay. Wu-Tang
is a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, it's like, so had the idea, and who better to do business with than people who are around me, who I've known for years, who had like the vision, like all of us have known each other for minimum, you know, we 30 years in, minimum. Our other partners 10 plus years. So it was one of those things where it made sense and everybody had a different strength, right?
Yeah.
So it was like everybody has something that they're good at. And for us to come together, I know that great things happen from community.
True.
Right? Like there's no, this lone wolf, I'm gonna go out here and do it on my own type of deal. That's not something that I subscribe to that concept. So I know it takes community to make things work, and we can go a whole lot further together. So that was the mindset, and everybody came in with the same goal and the same mission. Like, look, this is what we want to do, and figure out which part that each person could play.
Mm-hmm. So you got anything out of that?
Yeah, pretty much what he said. Like that was a cool thing about it. everybody had kind of similar to what you said earlier. Everybody had did other things, being an entrepreneur. And then we finally had something that we all could come together as. So like you said, all of us have different strengths. Some people have been doing operations. I have been doing marketing and social media stuff. Everybody just had different strengths. So when we all got together, like you said, Wu-Tang, if you want to go back super old, like a Voltron type situation, we all come together as one.
Oh, you're the agency. You said it.
So I'm just saying, but yeah, like it's been a great thing. And it's also great to see it continue to grow. When we have new people that come aboard and new people that maybe not have the same say so that we all have, but just having, like he said earlier, being able to provide opportunity for others in our community. So it's been great.
Mm-hmm. And, we get ready to wrap up soon, but I got a question for you. So what do you, when people see the label, what do you want them to think about or to know about y'all when they see the Greenwood label?
I mean, for me, like I said, I'm big on just the Black history aspect of it. When you see Greenwood, depending on your age, you should already know Tulsa. That's what you should think. But of course, we've come across a lot of other Black communities in different states, the different Greenwoods in Mississippi, South Carolina, but it's always in a Black area. So when they see it, that's the first thing they ask. Oh, are y'all from Mississippi? Are y'all from South Carolina? Y'all from North Carolina? Y'all from Tulsa? And when we say we from Atlanta, then it gives like KG was saying earlier, Atlanta just being a home of so many entrepreneurs and so many Black entrepreneurs, it gives it such more credibility, but it also lets them know where the roots are from. So I just think just that Black history aspect of it.
Gotcha. You got anything with that one?
Yeah, I mean, I want them to see quality. I want them to see excellence. I want them to see culture, right? And community. I want, like, that's all those things that he said. That's what our brand stands for.
Now, building this brand, what has it taught you guys the most? What's been your most aha moment in building this brand? Besides knowing that you own the chef with people who got 100 year head start. Yeah. What's been some other aha moments like? Oh, wow.
Patience.
Definitely patience.
Definitely patience, right? Like, I think not only in business, but I think in life, I think things take a little bit longer than expected because oftentimes it's not on our time anyway. It's on, it's on God's time. But so things take a little bit longer than expected. So, and just being patient. So I think like what I developed and what we developed is like I'm extremely patient with results, but impatient with activity, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like we gotta be active. We gotta trust the process, and the results will take care of themselves. So that's something that I really fine tuned through this journey of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. I mean, aha moment. I mean, similar to what he said, I think for me, it's more so this has taught me to understand that everybody that look like us not always gonna want the best for you. So that's like been a big thing for me. But of course, like he said, we all been learning patience. So sometimes where you think that you have a situation where it would be a great partnership, it might not work initially, but if you have that patience, they'll circle back at some point. So, but that was like my aha moment. Like, oh, okay, I get it.
And, wrapping this up with let me ask you this, with people that's listening to you guys now and hear that you've gone and started this brand, what should a person mindset be if they want to do something, not say in the spirit world, but just entrepreneurship wise, period? What's one thing that we know it's multiple because we all are entrepreneurs up here, so we know what it takes. Yeah. But what should a person mindset be before they take on any endeavor?
So for me, get started. I'm a fan of action. Yeah. Like, get started. Like, you can plan, like, I think I read somewhere, it was, I love the quote. It was like literally like 100 hours of planning isn't worth like 1 hour of action, right? So it's like, for me, just go get started. Whatever it is you think you do, go get started. And even if it doesn't work, you've learned something. Like, I don't believe in failure. We don't fail at nothing. Fail is first attempt at learning.
Yep.
Right?
You go. So like, get off my notebook.
go get started, man. That's my thing. Go get started, and then you're gonna learn along the way through doing, right? And then you just gotta pivot and make adjustments.
What about you, Stu?
I mean, like you said, just be active. Like, just jump out there. Like, a lot of times, like I said, all three of us have been here. We've been talking about doing business since we was at Georgia Southern. So, and a lot of them businesses didn't start because we didn't take action. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he said, just really just don't overthink it. If you know that's what you want to do, you're passionate about it, just go ahead and do it.
Mm-hmm. And I know, speaking of whiskey, we got a couple of bottles here. What's on y'all product line? As the people, as people are looking, what's on the product line?
So we got 2 of the 3 here with us. So over here with me, I have the Greenwood Celebration. This is our caramel flavored whiskey. This one is 70 proof. This is probably our hottest seller right now. It's been jumping. When we first, just a little backstory. When we first started this was probably the hardest out of the 3 to get some kind of consensus within the team, because once again, we didn't want to ride no waves. So it was like, oh, caramel flavored whiskey. Now we want to stick. But once it actually, as KG would say, once it actually hit the lips of the consumers, it's just been going up. Like, we can't keep this in stock. So it's been great to actually have this 3rd one. And just being able to have 3 diverse different products now. So that's been great.
Yeah. And at the opposite end of the spectrum, we have our bourbon, right? This is our wheated bourbon, 1906. Pay homage to the year that they started Greenwood District in Black Wall Street. But this bourbon is 100 proof. So this is some kick on this one.
On your bottle.
It's aged 7 years in charred American oak barrels.
Okay.
Yep. So this one is perfect if you like for your whiskey drinker.
Yeah.
And maybe likes to enjoy a cigar. You could drink this neat. You could put it on a rock. If you want to put it in a cocktail, it goes great in an old fashioned Manhattan.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Whenever I do step out, it's always an old fashioned.
Yep,
of
get
some
your
sort.
old fashioned, and it'll work, man. So this is one that we're extremely proud about as well. And it's just like for the different drinkers. So like whatever we pride ourselves in our product line. We also have a rye that we don't have with us, but in our product line, whatever type of drinker you are, we have something for you, right? So and all of ours are cocktailable as well. So like with the celebration, it's great, neat also, but if you want to mix it, put it in a cocktail, like espresso martini is like our top selling cocktail at the moment.
Yeah.
And most do the espresso martini with vodka, but we're going to do it with our caramel.
Nice twist to it.
Little twist.
Any surprise products y'all working on that's in the lab that you're able to hint or tease, or it's going to be wait till it come out?
We got some stuff cooking.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we're definitely in the kitchen cooking. So it'll be out sooner rather than later, or maybe later than sooner. We'll see. But we working.
Yeah. You did say patience, but
patience.
Yeah. So let me ask you, for the listeners, where can they find either one of you, or where can they find the beverages or website or anything that you want to share?
So website, greenwoodwhiskey.com. On social media, it's Greenwood Whiskey on all social media. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Greenwood Whiskey everywhere. As far as product, so if you're in Metro Atlanta, we're in over 500 plus locations in Metro Atlanta. You also can go on our website. We have a store locator. So you put in your zip code, it'll tell you the closest store near to you. And the best way to find us is to go to whatever local store, restaurant, bar you usually go to and ask for Greenwood, because they'll get it in there, so that's how you'll find us. And like I said, Greenwood Whiskey on all social media.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like he said. And also you'll find us at events all around town. So,
and they can find all your upcoming events on your social media pages.
On our social media, always upcoming events. Literally, we're doing something every week. We have something going on. From tastings to pairing. You want to have a chocolate pairing, you could do that, dinners, the whole nine. So it's a whole experience and you should come check out the Greenwood experience.
And I know some of you that's watching right now probably asking KG where he get his fedoras from. You know, I'm gonna speak and be on the lookout for some Greenwood fedoras coming sometime soon.
They're coming soon.
There we go.
Maybe soon, maybe later, but it's gonna be at some point. It's gonna get there. So thank y'all for joining us on this episode of Sip, which we got what you can now sip on and converse. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Go follow all the social medias that they just mentioned for Greenwood Whiskey and support these brothers as they continue to make waves in this crowded industry, but they're creating their own lane for a delicious whiskey that you too can have in your cup that you can get from Sip and Converse.
There you go.
So till next time, see y'all later. Peace out.